JJ, we gotta think fast! These Italian Brainrot guys are surrounding the village, and they're not here for a friendly chat. I swear, if they touch one more house, I'm gonna lose it. We need a plan. Maybe set up traps or rally the villagers to fight back. What's your take on this mess?
Mikey, I've been counting them. There's at least 20, all armed and looking for trouble. But you know what? We've got the high ground and the element of surprise. Let's hit them where it hurts. Ambush their leader, cut off their supplies.
JJ, look at this little fox. She's perfect, smart, fast, and just the right amount of sneaky. We could train her to help us keep watch over the village, maybe even sniff out trouble before it starts. But, man, I can't stop thinking about those Italian Brainrot guys. What if they come back while we're distracted?
Mikey, I get it. We can't let our guard down, but this fox could actually help us. Imagine if she learned to track those creeps or set off alarms if they get too close. Plus, we need something good in our lives after all that chaos. Let's name her Ember. She's got that fiery spirit just like us.
JJ, this is it. We can't stay in the village anymore. Those Italian Brainrot lunatics won't stop until they've burned everything down. We need to disappear, build our own fortress where they'll never find us. Somewhere hidden, with thick walls and enough supplies to last years. You with me on this?
Mikey, I've been thinking the same damn thing. We grab Ember, take all the tools we can carry, and head deep into the woods, past Black Ridge where nobody goes. We'll build underground, reinforce everything, maybe even set up traps in case they do stumble on us. But we gotta move fast before they regroup.
Underground, smart, less visible, easier to defend. We'll need ventilation, a hidden water source, and, hell, maybe even a secret escape tunnel. And JJ, no fires at night. Smoke would give us away. This isn't just hiding, it's war. You ready to live like rats to outlast those bastards?
Rats? Nah, Mikey. We'll be wolves. Quiet, patient, and deadly if cornered. I'll start sketching the layout. Double walls with dirt between for insulation, storage pits under false floors, and Ember, she's our early warning system. Those Italian freaks want to fight? Fine, but they'll never see us coming.
JJ, this soil is tougher than I thought. Every shovel strike feels like hitting concrete. We need to pace ourselves or we'll collapse from exhaustion before we even get 5 feet down. Maybe we should dig in shifts. One of us works while the other rests and keeps watch with Ember. What do you think?
Shift system's smart, but listen, I just found a cluster of rocks at the northwest corner that might mean softer earth beneath. We should focus there first, then reinforce the walls as we go with those fallen timbers from the old mill. And Mikey, we need to start marking escape routes in these tunnels. Paranoia saves lives.
Rocks mean drainage. Good spot. But JJ, we're piling too much dirt near the entrance. It's basically screaming, "Look here," to anyone passing by. We need to scatter it downhill or use it to camouflage the hatch later. And damn it, where are we storing all these roots we're cutting through? This fox den's turning into a nightmare.
Nightmare? Nah, this is art. Violent, sweaty art. See how the walls curve? That's load-bearing geometry right there. And those roots? We'll dry them for kindling or weave them into lattice supports. But you're right about the dirt. Ember's been tracking mud everywhere too. Maybe we build a false shed over the dig site. Old Man Jenkins' broken tool shed vibe.
All right, JJ, let's settle this once and for all. Foxes are clearly superior. They're cunning, adaptable, and can survive in the wild without humans. Plus, Ember helped us detect those Italian Brainrot guys before they even got close. When was the last time a cat did anything useful besides knocking stuff off tables?
Mikey, you're dead wrong. Cats are the ultimate survivors. They've got retractable claws, night vision, and can land on their feet from insane heights. And loyalty? Please. A cat would never betray you for food, unlike some sneaky foxes. Plus, cats purr. You telling me Ember can match that level of chill?
Oh, please, JJ. Cats are just tiny divas who pretend they don't need you until they want food. Foxes, they're independent but still form bonds. Ember chose to stay with us, remember? And let's talk skills. Foxes can mimic sounds to trick prey. When's the last time a cat outsmarted anything bigger than a laser pointer?
Mikey, you're sleeping on cats' tactical genius. They've literally ruled entire civilizations. Egypt worshipped them. Meanwhile, foxes just steal chickens and get hunted. And don't even get me started on cleanliness. Cats groom themselves constantly.
Okay, JJ, listen up. This one's a classic. Why did the cat sit on the computer? Dramatic pause. Because it wanted to keep an eye on the mouse. Wheeze laughing. Get it? Mouse like the computer thing, but also, Wipes tier, also the tiny animal cats chase. Man, that's some premium comedy right there.
Mikey, that's the dumbest thing I've heard since the Italian Brainrot tried to pronounce espionage, but snorts unexpectedly. Damn it, why is it kind of funny? Maybe it's the sleep deprivation from digging this bunker. Quick, tell another one before I regain my dignity.
Glad you asked. What do you call a cat that's a magician? Leans in, a mugician. Collapses laughing. Oh man. And when it does a trick, it goes high-pitched. Mysterious. Hey JJ, let's make a special room for Ember in the bunker with a moss carpet and pine cone toys. We can't have our fox princess living without comforts, right? Carefully pats down dirt with hands. This will be her house.
Ooh, and let's make a little gallery for her hunting trophies. Pulls out crumpled can from pocket. Look, this is Ember's first prey, a can from our trash. We'll hang it on the wall like a museum piece. Draws sign with finger, home of the coolest fox in the world.
Exactly, and suddenly jumps up, we need a secret snack stash. Right here behind this camouflage stick wall. We'll keep our berry supplies, but don't tell Ember or she'll find it immediately with her super nose, whispers. This will be our secret.
Haha, I can imagine her waking up in the morning and immediately makes fox faces sniff. Where's the jam hidden? Starts digging side tunnel. Let's make a fake stash with just dry bark. Let her think she outsmarted us. We're smarter, right, Mikey?
Of course, we're like secret architects. Proudly sets shovel like a staff building the coziest bunker in the world. Here's a reading nook for raccoon comics. Here's a kitchen with a stove made of painted stones. Oh, let's draw a sun on the wall so it's always bright.
Yes, and let's make a doorbell. We'll hang pine cones on a string so they knock when someone enters. Ties pine cone and demonstrates Ding Dong Fox Queen. Welcome to your apartment. Bows. By the way, we're geniuses.
Oh, JJ, you won't believe this story. I was searching for old planks to reinforce the bunker near that abandoned farm, and suddenly, rustling in bushes. Thought it was those Italian clowns again, but out comes. Eyes widen. This fluffy ball with blue eyes. Covered in mud, but looking so dignified like he'd been searching for me on purpose.
Wait, you're saying he just appeared? No collar? Nothing? Squats down as if examining invisible dog? And what? Just let you pet him right away? This little polar wolf?
Yep, laughs first, he did the husky test. Sniffed my boots, then licked my palm, and bam! Already shoving his wet nose into my pockets for food. Imitates tail wagging, I took out my last dried fish, and that was it. We're family now. He even helped me drag the planks with his teeth, JJ.
So, that's where those weird tooth marks on our new planks came from. Grabs head. Okay, where's this furry engineer now? Don't tell me he's sleeping on our emergency blanket stash?
Duh! Points to bunker corner. See that fuzzy mound near our alarm system made of tin cans? That's him, standing guard. Well, between snores. Whispers I thought about naming him Blade, but he's more of a donut. Just look at him curled up like that.
Rolls eyes. Mikey and his talent for finding the goofiest animals. All right, Donut is officially on the team, but wags finger if he eats one more of our flashlights. I'll personally teach him paw until spring.
Oh, JJ, look what Donut can do. Whistles, hey Fluffball, show off our signature trick. See? He takes a stick in his teeth and puts it right in my hand, just like how we pass tools when building. Whispers I trained him for 2 days with jerky bits.
God, now we have a construction dog. Next, teach him to mix cement with his paws? Suddenly freezes. Wait, what if we make him tiny work mittens from old gloves? Imagine, a husky in mini mittens carrying bricks.
JJ, you're a genius! Digs in toolbox. We've got those torn leather gloves. Oi, Donut, don't eat the duct tape. Grab sticky roll. Look, we'll cut holes for toes. How's your first dress code, pup?
Now he looks like a tiny hardcore foreman. Pulls out phone, gotta take a pic for history. Bunker crew, fluffy engineer edition. Though, size. If he eats my scarf again, he's fired.
Just look at what an awesome bunker we've built. A true masterpiece of underground architecture. Proudly gestures. Here's our cozy bedroom with moss pillows. Here's the kitchen with a homemade brick stove. And this, my favorite part, The pantry with shelves perfectly fitted for canned stew. Even Donut has his own corner with toys here.
Seriously, Mikey, we did an amazing job. Knocks on wall. These double walls with clay insulation, pure genius. Warm in winter, cool in summer, and completely soundproof. And the bamboo ventilation system? We could write a survival manual. Best part, those Italian morons have no idea there's a 5-star hotel beneath their feet.
Oh yeah, JJ, I'm a legit awesome builder. Who else would have figured out how to make shelves from old crates so every can fits perfectly? And that pulley system for heavy stones? I'm an engineering genius. Suddenly serious. Though, without your electrical brains, we'd be sitting in the dark.
Admit it. You just wanted Donut to have that ridiculous spinning food bowl. Grins. But okay, fine. Your bunker design is actually smart. Especially those tool hooks exactly where hands reach naturally. And how did you even make Ember's bed heated from the stove? That's straight up wizardry.
Wish my school teachers could see this. Mikey can't focus, they said. Well, look now. Waves flashlight around ventilation, waterproofing, hidden compartments. Every detail planned. Though, lowers voice. Maybe we skip mentioning that time I mixed up load-bearing beams and door frames?
Hey, without your super staircase that folds into the wall, we'd still be climbing ropes. Knocks on folding structure and that counterweight hatch? You're like some underground Da Vinci. Squints. But if you ever call the slide corridor a good idea, I'll change your mind.
Okay, maybe I'm not perfect. But, pulls out blueprint. Check this design for second floor. Suspension bridges between rooms and a dog-powered elevator. Donut's already training. Suddenly thoughtful. You don't think we're getting carried away?
Too late to ask. We already dug a pool. Points to floor pit, well, emergency water storage to be precise. Pats Mikey's shoulder. Just accept it. You're the world's best bunker builder. Even if half your inventions work questionably.
Eyes shining. So, can we start the underground greenhouse project? I've got a mirror sunlight scheme and kicks dirt, maybe a tiny carousel for Donut, purely for endurance training. Honestly, JJ, I never imagined we'd make something this great. Hugs Donut with one arm, Ember with the other. Look at our team. I'm the construction genius. You're the engineering master. Donut's the strategic digging specialist, and Ember's the best early warning system in the world. We're like perfectly fitted gears in one mechanism.
Yeah, especially when these gears steal each other's tools and food. Pats Ember's head. But damn, you're right. Even with your crazy ideas and Donut's talent for burying important stuff, we're the perfect team. Who else could turn a pile of junk into an actual underground palace?
And the best part? We complement each other. Gestures excitedly. You stop me when I want to build unnecessary slides. I remind you to eat when you get too into wiring. Donut, provides our daily dose of chaos, and Ember makes sure we don't forget to hunt. It's family, JJ.
The weirdest construction family in history raises jar of compote. So, to our crazy team, to always finding a way to make things special, even when everything was falling apart, and to having the coziest and most dug-up shelter in the world now.
Clinks jars. To us, and to all future crazy projects. To Donut, yes, and to you too, furry wall destroyer. You know what? Even if those Italian morons find our bunker, they'll never beat a team like this. Because we didn't just build a shelter, we built a home.
Damn! When you say it like that, even my cynical brain gets it. We really did the impossible. Nods at Ember All Right team. Tomorrow, we start the Undergarden project. But only if Donut promises not to dig tactical advantage tunnels under it.
You know, JJ, when I remember how we first met, two weirdos with crowbars against a whole gang of Italian brainrots, grins. Who would have thought we'd become such an awesome team? I'd never trust my back to anyone else. Well, except Donut, but he sometimes mixes up guard duty with nap time.
Remember when you called me a paranoid engineer and I called you a hyperactive wrecking ball? Now look at us, spreads arms. You come up with crazy plans, I make them work, Ember facepalms, and Donut, well, keeps being Donut. That's friendship, huh?
The real deal. Suddenly hugs, JJ. Without you, I'd either bury myself in one of my secret tunnels or build a bunker shaped like a giant carrot. Now we've got, looks around, okay, still a weird bunker, but ours. And you know what? I wouldn't change a thing. So, we're officially best friends forever now? With blood or berry juice oaths, shared failures, and idiot-calling privileges? Raises dirt-stained hand friendship high five.
Worst oath ever. Quietly, but yeah, best friends. Even if you decide tomorrow the bunker needs a piranha tank. To Ember, you're the witness. He's now like a brother. I can't return to the shelter.